you've been on the internet within the past week, you stumbled upon this image right here, and this one, and every variation of it imaginable. I even seen they Kirkified this motherfucker in comment sections on TikTok, Instagram, X. It's unescapable at this point. Is that Lizzo? And I know what you've been thinking. Who the fuck is this girl? Why is she doing all that? And why is this kind of turning me on? Hold on, I'm getting a call. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You said nobody was thinking that? I'm being too horny. I'm making a complete fool out of myself. So. The original scene is from an anime called Kakegurui, which is undoubtedly in my top 5 strangest anime I've ever seen. I'm talking parlays, debt slaves, sex trafficking, lesbians, really realistic and creepy looking eyeballs. That little screenshot of her grabbing her titty is nothing compared to the bullshit we're about to get into. Is she playing Russian roulette with her?
Warning, the following video is a ghetto anime review. Expect fatherless behavior, real shit, and possibly some titties. Viewer discretion is advised.
We start off at Yakao Academy, a very prestigious and rich school, like really rich. A school for the children of the elites, but they don't pride themselves on good grades or athletics. They pride themselves on how good you can gamble. All of the students here are addicted to it. And that's how the social hierarchy works here. The better you are at it, the more power you have. The worse you are, you might end up as a slave. And I mean that literally. Because that's literally what happens to our main lead within the first minute of the show. I'm not bullshitting. This creepy ass blonde beat him in a gamble and now she owns this nigga. This is Mary, surrounded by all her coochie riders. And not because they like her or anything, but because they probably all owe her money. And shit, you owe me money, you better glaze me too, nigga. The fuck? If you lose a gamble to somebody and don't have enough money to pay it back, you become a house pet, which is basically stripping you of all of your human rights. You're like the scum of the earth around there. No better than livestock to be picked off or sold away. Later that day, we meet the new transfer student of their class, and hey, she looks kind of familiar, doesn't she? This is Yumiko Jabami. She got long black hair, pretty, and is getting all the attention right now. Mary is not fucking with that, gang. So during their lunch break, she roll up on Yumiko and challenge her to a gamble. A game of rock, paper, scissors. Ugh, look at her face. I'm not gambling, rambling, or pandering with you. Get out of here, little nigga. But Yumiko agrees because, spoiler alert, she's crazy too. So crazy that whilst being down $1.2 million against Mary, she begs for another game, whips out a Duffy, and drops 10 M's on the table, telling her to put her money where her mouth is. And Yumiko's not even doing this for the money. She's doing it for the love of the game, the hustle, man. She's a compulsive gambler. No matter what it is she's gonna put in that parlay, she gets wetter and wetter the higher the stakes because gambling makes her horny. Who would have thought? And the crazy thing is, when she threw the money on the table, she knew Mary was cheating the whole time because Yumiko is the real slime ball. Look at those eyes. They're like doll's eyes. You can never tell what she's thinking. I wish the madness ended with Yumiko. I really do. But it turns out all these hoes is crazy. Every last one of them. Look at this girl. Yumiko ain't had no money. She said, okay, how about them fingernails? Let's throw those on the line. And then whips out a case of all the other fingernails she's collected like infinity stones. This girl right here, she just ugly. She don't really got no quirks or nothing. She actually lost to Yumiko, but then the president of the student council came in and helped her cheat. She would have been down 1.something billion if the president didn't do that, so I guess kudos to her. But after Yumiko lost that match, she was down like 100 M's, making her a house pet. And remember, when you're a house pet, you're not a human, you're a house pet. So this big buff-ass nigga walk up to Yumiko like, oh, you a house pet now? Bet, you my bitch now. Him and his butt buddies take Yumiko to the back of the school and tell her to strip. And she start doing it a little bit and then pauses. And she's like, wait a minute, you're not my type. The nigga instantly get violent as niggas do, slamming her against the wall. When I was initially watching this, I said, I know he's not about to do what I think he's about to do. Until another girl comes around the corner with an eye patch on. It's Midari from the student council. I'm sitting here thinking the day is saved. She finna call the cops, maybe write this nigga up, suspend, expel him. No, she offers her poom poom instead. Then pulls out a revolver out of her pocket, one bullet in the chamber, and tells him to pull the trigger. If it shoots and kills her, he can do whatever she wants with his body. If it doesn't, then he's good to go. Who let this girl on campus with a loaded weapon? Excuse me? Fuck everything else. I haven't seen a teacher or authority figure since they introduced Yumiko in episode 1. What are we doing, y'all? The dude ends up leaving because hell nah, this bitch crazy. So what does Midori do? She goes to the bathroom. Why? That potential gamble got her so sexually frustrated that she needed some type of release. So she goes into the bathroom, pulls out the revolver, and plays Russian roulette with herself while simultaneously playing with her pussy. I didn't stutter. I pray that this type of freak never finds me. Like, imagine you in the bed with a woman like this and she's like, babe, I want to spice it up tonight. And she rolls in a fucking death wheel into the bedroom and a fresh new pack of knives. You gonna be spinning around on that bitch. She can be throwing that motherfucker. Why am I so turned on right now? Antics aside, the reason why I told y'all the story about Midori, excluding the amount of crazy and ridiculousness that it was, is because Midori is also in the scene that you all came here for. I forget, which happens in season 2, episode 2, around the 16-minute mark. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Go look it up, goon ass nigga. That's what you came here for, right? In season 1, Yumiko was knocking off student council fraud after fraud after fraud, right? So much to the point that the student council president said, oh hell no, I gotta get out of here. Literally, she hopped on the helicopter and flew to the islands or some shit. I don't know where she went, but she got her ass home. She stepped down from office and everything, then called all her ghetto ass cousins to come handle her lightweight. The first cuz that Yumiko and Midori end up gambling against pulls out a finger guillotine. Now this finger guillotine is a tricky motherfucker, right? Because all 3 of them put their fingers into the guillotine and there's like a blade hanging above with 20 strings, 10 on each side. One of them is attached to the blade, but nobody knows which one is attached. They're all gonna take turns cutting each string, hoping this blade don't come down and chop that shit off like some Vienna sausages. And the last person with their finger in the contraption is the winner. But Pinky done rigged the game. She put a metal plate in there so that when the blade falls, it doesn't actually chop anybody's fingers off. This is all a fear intimidation tactic. Yumiko catches on to this though and continues to play dumb because that's her thing. She's Queen Slime. She gonna play dumb, figure out your gimmick, come back, smack you upside the head. So she look at the moderator and is like, oh, did you remove that thing I asked you to remove? Pinky look at her like, that thing? Pinky start sweating, panicking. She about to throw up. She start crying because she's like, oh no. Wallahi, I'm cooked. My fingers are done for real. Like, I was just playing. I was just trolling these hoes, but no, one of us might get hurt. And this sends Yumiko over the edge, bro. You know, this how she get off. She gets off on that crazy, freaky, wild shit. And she start going crazy, and that's when she does the thing. She grab her titty. It says her little let's get our gamble freak on, her catchphrase. Midari dumbass over there, she getting excited too. She don't even know what's going on for real. She just happy to be there. I have a theory that Midari might be suicidal. Because when she gambled against Yumiko, she didn't really care about winning any money. She just wanted to put her life on the line. So her dumbass cuts both of the strings at the same time, letting the blade drop, which disqualifies her. Pinky pulls her finger out, and Yumiko ends up being the winner. Man, what a journey we just went on. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed creating. I know you don't come here often, but I would love to see you again. But that's all from me. Bye.